Today, we're taking this video to a 10. Actually, it's a 1 to 10. I am finally able to talk about the thing that I was most excited about seeing at Triggrcon 2019, and that is the Vortex Razor Gen III 1 to 10. Yeah, 1 to 10. So anyways, rewind back to Triggrcon, which was in July of 2019. I have some friends at Vortex and they said, hey, you should check this out. And I was like, yeah, what do you got? It's an LPVO. But before you do, you have to sign this, which means I couldn't talk about it until today when it is officially released. And that is the Vortex Razor HD Gen III 1 to 10 low power variable optic. Yes, it's a 1 to 10 scope. Now, I don't have one in front of me, but I did get some hands-on time with it at Triggrcon, and I do have all the specs, including some specs that haven't been published quite yet. It's an awesome scope. What really impressed me first right off the bat was when I picked it up was the weight. It is coming in at just over 21 ounces, which is crazy if you consider the weight of the first Razor 1 to 6, the gold standard. And now we have this bad boy at 21.5 ounces. That's super awesome. So here's some of the things that people want to know about right away. 34 millimeter main tube, relatively good as far as size. It's 10 inches overall. Eye relief is good at 3.6. Field of view is 116 feet to 11.7 feet, obviously depending on where you are in the magnification, and it does have low capped turrets. Now, some people have already said, well, should it have exposed capped turrets? Well, I personally find with LPVOs that when I'm going to be shooting and engaging, I like to do a lot of it in the reticle anyway, so having a capped turret is just fine. Plus, the capped turret can't get bumped, can't get knocked out of, zero whatever. Speaking of reticles, we actually do have two new reticles. They are the EBR9 series of reticles, and there is an MOA version and a MIL version. The version that I saw was the MIL version, which was kind of Christmas tree-like in a way, but it had all the compensation. But what was really cool was that at 1x, obviously it's a front focal plane reticle, so it gets smaller and bigger as you zoom in and out. But at 1x, that center dot really got bright enough to where it was like a red dot. Zoom into 10, and now you have your ballistic hold information, and even you can start to see that at about that 5 to 6 magnification range. So as you were starting to increase the magnification, obviously responding to likely what would be an increased range, then you start to have some of that ballistic hold capability or that information right in your reticle. But I was really impressed with it. Now, some of the other specs that I found interesting that was really cool is obviously it's going to have Razor good quality glass, HD optical lenses, optic coating, all that stuff that you can read about on Vortex webpage. However, what I thought was cool was the eye relief. It was 3.31 inches to 3.62. So that's a generous eye relief. Now, the one concern that I think a lot of people have is the exit pupil, which is the size of the image at the end of the scope that your eye sees. And that is 2.4 millimeters at 10x. Obviously at 10x, that's a pretty small exit pupil, but you have to keep in mind, okay, you're probably going to be pretty stable. At 10x, you're going to probably be shooting supported, shooting off a bipod, shooting prone or whatever, where you're going to be in that stable position to hold an optic clear so you can see your target and not be jittering at 10x. You're probably going to be supported. You're probably going to be in a solid position. Now, if you take a look at the exit pupil of most 5 to 25 by 50 scopes, the exit pupil at 25 magnification is about the same. So people are, already jumping on this. Oh, the exit pupil is so small at 10x. Yep. Look at a 5 to 25 by 50. Not much difference. Fixed 100-yard parallax. Again, we already talked about some of the specs as far as size and weight. Total elevation travel is greater than 30 MRAD, which I thought was great, and it's 10 mils per rotation, 0.1 for the clicks. Fixed 100-yard parallax. And let's get to the illumination real quick. I don't have any pictures or video of the illumination to show you at the show. I wasn't able to get that, but it is daylight bright, and it really looked daylight bright to me at setting, max brightness setting 11. It is not night vision compatible on the bottom end. But check this out for battery life. So setting 11, which is like daylight bright, 218 hours, which I think is very respectable out of a CR2032 battery. So over 200 hours And then if you put it on setting 1, which was really, really dim, that would be like pitch black setting, you're getting over 247,000 hours. But most people aren't going to be using that unless you're shooting really, really at the, you know, pitch black of night. Comes with a sunshade, lens covers, lens cloth, the 2032 battery, a throw lever, the tool, product manual, and a reticle manual, all for a street price of $2,000. I'm being told that they will be shipping around that Q2 of 2020. I'm hoping to have my test and evaluation sample before then so I can actually give you a real first look video. But again, I am showing you the same photos and videos over and over. I realized that I didn't get to take a ton of photos and video at the show. I did get to play with it. We had to kind of be discreet because people were walking by, and you know, we had to kind of, you know, whatever, because it's brand new. But man, this thing was so cool. Now this is a Razor Gen 3, which means there are other Razor Gen 3s coming. I can't really talk about that, but I'm really excited to kind of see what that product line entails based on some of the hints that I've gotten. So I think that is going to be really cool. Now one last thing that I'll wrap up with is I did think it was kind of humorous. There's another optics company already posting that says, oh, they copied my design at Triggercon. They saw me at Triggercon and they copied it. Guys, I was at Triggercon 2019 and I saw this working production sample at Triggercon. You're seeing the videos, you're seeing the photos of it. This has been in the works for a while. I think this is going to be a great SPR, DMR, Recce, 308AR hunting for certain applications. It's a 1 to 10. Think about all the cool stuff that you could do with a 1 to 10. Ultimately, I do think they're going to have a hit on their hands. The glass looked great, the color looked great, and this is all in the show, of course. But I was really impressed with what I saw. Like so much to, I'm just like, hey, yeah, what do I got to do to make this happen? I want one, I want one, I want one. So I'm looking forward to getting an actual T&E sample, and then I'll probably buy one, of course, too, because it was pretty dang cool. For more information about the optic, to see more of the specs, to see some pictures, to get some more detailed images of the reticles of what I haven't shown you already, you can check out Vortex webpage. You can do a search for Vortex Optics. Otherwise, I will put the info on the screen or in the description below. You can also follow them on social media. But guys, I got to tell you, I was really excited to get some hands-on time with this scope. I'm going to be bringing you a first look video as soon as I get one. And if you have any questions about it, don't be afraid to sound off in the comment section below. Or if you have any other questions, you can send us an email at theqa@gunsandtactics.com to be entered into our monthly QA series where we answer your questions at the end of every month. Thank you guys very much for watching, and have a great day. We work really hard to make content that we hope you as a shooter would enjoy. Subscribe to our channel, check out our featured videos and playlists, and if you have a question firearms related, go ahead and send an email to the address shown on the screen to be entered into our monthly QA series.